Alright guys, Mark here. I'm out for a bit of an adventure today, and that is I'm just going to go out and do a solo night of camping. Jump on the motorcycle, just go someplace, set up a tent, and just relax for a night. The weather's kind of cold. We're just getting out of a rainstorm that happened over the last couple of days actually. Winds are rocking at 10, 15, maybe even up to 20 mile an hour gusts. About 65 degrees, but it's also very humid, so when you get those colder temperatures and you get humidity on top of it, it actually feels colder than what it really is. So I've got back behind me, I got my LIBE rucksack, the military style rucksack. ILB, LIB, something like that, I can't remember. I was going to make a video on getting myself packed up and ready for this little adventure, but the adventure happened so quickly. I mean, it was literally, I was talking to my wife over the weekend, telling her how I want to get out of the house and, you know, go camping and whatnot. And I just started looking at the weather, and it's like, you know, this was like really the only good day to get out and go camping. And I haven't camped off the motorcycle for like 7 years. You know, the last time I camped off of this is back when I went to my very first VRA rally in Michigan. And so I kind of had to gather everything together. I am keeping my motorcycling camping gear separate from my hiking camping gear because I don't use the same stuff. The motorcycle stuff is just heavier and whatnot. You know, it's not great for backpacking. Sorry, I'm kind of losing my concentration because this road is nice and curvy. And I don't know the road very well, so I'm really concentrating on the road. So I've already been on the road for like, gosh, an hour plus, an hour and 15 minutes. Just left Mount Horeb. Stopped for a little bit of a lunch break. I've been doing a bunch of recording and stuff. I've had this on, I've had that on. But I forgot to hook up my microphone cord. So I've been talking to the camera and nothing has been recorded. So how you guys been doing this week? I've been doing really good. Got a few things that are going on. I've been binge watching a TV show from the 1990s called Wings. So I've been watching that. I think I'm in the season like 5 or something like that. I think I was on for like 8 or 9 seasons. Then my best friend Berto, he got me hooked onto an anime called Bleach. I've watched it before, but I think I only got up to like season like 12 or something like that. And now it's been a couple of years since then. They've now got 26 seasons, I think it is. And I'm up to season 18. I've gotten a little bit of an issue with the 750 project bike. And it's all having to do with the titling of it. Because when I got the bike, I did not get the title. Now Ken, the guy that sold me the bike, I bought it off of Facebook Marketplace. And once we made the deal, I deleted all the contact information. So I don't have a way to contact him anymore, and I don't remember his last name or anything like that. But I know that there's a way that you fill out some papers for a vehicle with a missing title, and you would give them some information on how you acquired it and all this other stuff. You know, maybe the name of a previous owner, you send in pictures of the bike, pictures of the actual VIN number, and you send this paperwork in along with your MV1, that's your title, registration, and plates form, and you send all that into them, and they review it and hopefully send you a title. Well, I've done that. I've sent in all the forms and everything, but I have yet to hear back from the state on whether or not I'm going to get my title. So I've kind of stopped working on the 750 until I find out whether or not I'm going to be actually going to be able to drive the bike. You know, I don't want to be putting hundreds of dollars into, you know, restoring it, fixing it up, and all this other stuff if it turns out I can't ride the bike. You know, I may end up having to just part it out, sell it, and do something else, but for the life of me, I just don't know what to do. Cool. Little park here. Lake Marion. Nice. I wonder if they keep it stocked with fish. Yeah, about the only other day that I saw that I could have gone camping on was actually tomorrow. Tomorrow's highs are actually going to be better than they are today, but the day after they're calling for rain, so I didn't want to go out there and do my camping but then having to drive home in the rain. So the chance of rain today is only around 25%, and I think it's actually a little lower tomorrow, but then the next day it jumps up to like 60% or something like that. So this park that I decided that I'm going to go up to and go camping, it is not a state park, it is actually a county park, and it's up in Richland Center. It's called the Pier Natural Bridge Park, and it's got this really nice rock feature there, and that's basically the highlight of the whole thing, the whole park. But it's just a very local county park, but they do allow camping. And I heard that the camping registration is only $10. They're supposed to only have like 6 campsites, but from what I understand, as long as there's available park ground, you can pretty much pitch a tent anywhere you want, except on top of the rock formation, of course. They got a gazebo there. They have they have pit toilets there, playground equipment. Wow, lots of flood water out here. Oh, there's a little mousey there. That big arrow sticking in the ground. Archery Pro Shop. Now this long flat area that I'm riding through right now, it's basically runoff from the glaciers from, you know, what, tens of thousands of years ago, hundreds of thousands of years ago, whatever that was. But this is basically the bottom of a riverbed that we're in. So those hills that are over there would be like islands sticking up in the river. Oh, that's cool. That tractor up there, that was kind of cool. There's PAX. They have multiple pack farm markets around the state. They get things like petting zoos and huge playground equipment and, you know, just so much stuff. It's not just, you know, a cart on the side of the road. I mean, these things are big. Alright, here's the Wisconsin River. Doesn't look too bad, doesn't look like the water's too high. Moo cows! Moo cow! Yeah, here's the other PAX Farm Market. So you can see all the kid playground equipment there. I think on this end they have a huge petting zoo. Yeah, I see llamas out there. Alright, just crossed into Richland County. And I'm 30 minutes from my destination. Yeah! But I'm less than 5 miles away from the campground. So hopefully everything's good and I can get there. Wow, look at that view. Alright, Rockbridge. That's the little town. If I kept going straight, I'd go into it, but this is my turn. Pier County Park. And I like this. There are no, well, there's one vehicle, but I think they're just here visiting. So, alright, let's ride around. Natural Bridge and Tunnel, 400 feet. So yeah, what do you think of this, guys? This is what we're going to camp next to. How awesome is this? Oh, check that out. Look how that slopes down like that. That's awesome. That is freaking amazing. Oh, look, someone's actually got a little fire spot right there. And then there's the tunnel. Alright, so where should I camp? Because you can camp pretty much anywhere on the grounds out here. So there's a fire pit right there. I can use that if I can find some wood. I don't know if I can park on the grass. I don't know if I'm supposed to. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to park here next to the restroom. right, now the next thing I want to do is get this stuff off. And there's supposed to be a way that I can self-register. I just got to figure out where. Alright, so here I am. I'm just going to walk the park a little bit. Yeah, as you can see, I got the big rock wall right here. I think I've read that it's supposed to be like 60 feet tall or something like that. But then, of course, got the park on this side of me. But I'm going to walk down the road here, and I'm going to see if I can find the self-registration spot. And then I'll just find a place to put my tent. And yeah, that'll be it. Dang, that's cool though. That is really cool. Well, one of the things I wasn't sure about for the park was access to water, but there's a little water pipe right there. So let's go see if it works. There's no lock on it. Nope. No running water out of it. At least not right now, anyway. Maybe there's a pump that they have to switch on or something like that, and the county hasn't come out to do it yet. So here's a stairwell, it goes all the way up to the top, so we can actually get up on top of there. Yes, we are going to do that. Oh, here's the registration site. Basically, it's a self-registration. It says donations on the side of it. And no envelopes. So I think as I'm walking around, I'll just slip in like $10 or something like that. Of course, got garbage bins here, so I can toss out my garbage when I need to. Let's see what some of these signs say. Plaques and stuff that I drove past. I know that this is also a prime kayaking destination because you can go right underneath this rock wall. And I think it's like 20 feet wide, so 20 feet of going underneath that rock. That's kind of cool. In fact, over here, they've got some piering that they would normally have out here, so you can launch your canoes and stuff like that, your kayaks and whatnot. But now I gotta figure out what I want to do. Do I want to walk around the park and see things? Because I think I'm going to stay down here towards this end. That way visitors of the park can stay down there. They can use the walkway to get up on top. The tunnel to go through is right over here, and that's a walking tunnel. I just saw a kid and her and mom go into there. Looks like there's some more people walking down the road coming this way now. But I'm kind of wanting to let them do their thing, and I don't want to get in their way. So I'm trying to decide if I just want to start setting up camp and where do I want to set it up at. Because I'm actually thinking right over here by this gazebo, it would be a great spot to put my tent. The ground out in that area, it's kind of wet and muddy, kind of like this stuff right down in through here. And I just don't want to set up my tent in that. Like I said, we've been having a lot of rain the last few days. So, yeah, I just haven't figured it out exactly where I want to put my tent. What's this say? Oh, no camping, but, you know, they're just talking from basically the road where I'm at now over towards the creek. That's where they don't want you camping. Everything else is pretty much open to whoever, wherever you want, so... Oh, got some people coming in, so I'm going to sign off and do my own thing. Okay, bye. Okay, guys, so I think I found the great spot, and it's right here. So the opening to the tunnel is over there. Got the creek over there. It kind of goes all the way around the back side of me over here. So yeah, I think this is going to be the best spot to set up. I was actually thinking about setting up closer to that gazebo, but nah, I don't want to. Just a little too much of a slope over there for the land and whatnot. Plus the bathroom is right there. So yeah, I think this will work just fine. So I'm going to head over to my bike, grab my gear, and bring it on over. All right, here we go, guys. I do have my food in the top portion of the sack here on the lid here. This is basically all my food. So I'm just going to set that aside for now. Now I got this set up, at least I'm hoping I got it set up to where what I need first is on the top. So I'm not going to be pulling out my sleeping bag and laying it on the ground as I start pulling out the tent and everything else. So the first thing out is my ground sheet, which is just a blue tarp. I'll set my bag on it so it doesn't blow away. And the next thing out is the actual tent itself. Okay, now this has a door and it's right here. I actually want the door facing the rocks. Don't ask me why, I just want to, okay? Now on this side, these are my poles. So there's one pole, there's the other pole, and then this is a cross pole that goes across the top. I've also got 4 stakes. Let's get the poles going. And that goes in there. All right. All right. This one goes in here. So that goes like that. My other one came out. All right. Put the little clips on. All right, guys. That's pretty much my tent. So being that I have a decent amount of wind, I think I will put the stakes in. Luckily, because it's been raining and the ground's soft, I was easily able to push in the stakes, so that's nice. All right, next out of the bag is the fly. And there is a door side, and that's where the Embark logo is. All right. Then down here is a little Velcro, and you just wrap it around the pole, just like that. And now this cross piece here, it actually keeps the flap of the door open. And it's been so long since I've done this. There's a little pocket that the rod slides through. That's the pocket that my support went through. And then it goes over here to this and goes into that. So same thing on the other side. Goes into the little grommet right there. Look how big that door is. I love it. All right, so now I can start putting in my sleeping pad, my mat, whatever you want to call it, and my sleeping bag. All right, so here's my insulated sleep pad, mattress, whatever you want to call it. Couldn't remember the name of it on my way here. This is a REI product. It's the REI Flash Insulated Air Pad. It's a long wide because, well, I'm a big tall guy. And let's see, it's 1 pound, 4 ounces with an R value of 3.7, which is actually a pretty good R rating. I got 2 ports here. One's inflate port, one's deflate port. I know some else they actually have inflate and deflate on the same port. And one of the secrets on blowing up a pad like this, don't really blow, just breathe normal. You also don't want to overinflate. That's what a lot of people also have problems with. They put too much air into their mattress, and then it actually becomes uncomfortable. It becomes too hard or something like that for them. So, all right, here we go. Voila! The military sleep system. Now, when I undo my compression straps, I undo them all the way. A lot of people will just do it in just enough to get the bag or whatever items are in the compression bag. They do it just enough to get it out, and that's all they do. Not me. I undo the whole strap to the very end. All right, there we go. So as I told you before when I was coming up, I got the Gore-Tex bag, I got the warm weather bag, and the cold weather bag. I got all of it. Just go throw that in there. And like I said, it's not going to get that cold tonight to where I'm going to have to really worry about temperatures or anything like that, but I just didn't feel like taking it all apart and possibly guessing wrong and possibly being cold. So I just left it all together. And then, what else do I have in here? I have a couple pillows. This one, I think I actually got this for Jen, but she almost never goes out with me, so she doesn't use it, so I brought it. I even brought my old pillow that I use. This, it's actually a seat cushion, so you can just throw this when you're out deer hunting. Throw it on a log or something like that, or maybe you have a hunting stand and you can throw this on there and keep your butt warm and dry. But I use it as a pillow. And the rest of the bag is empty. There's nothing else in here. I think we're only coming up on maybe 3 o'clock, but I'll get my stuff off the bike and get it ready to go so I have stuff ready to cook when I'm getting hungry for dinner. I just brought some chunky soup, something that I can just heat up on the stove real quick. But I also brought a packet of mashed potatoes, garlic mashed potatoes. Just because I've never had it, I wanted to try it. So that's what I'm going to do. And then I even got some stuff for a special treat tonight. And that is I got some SpaghettiOs. And I'm going to make my friend Berto's SpaghettiO surprise. It's really simple, don't worry about it. He told me about it when we were sitting at home. We were just talking about some things that we ate as kids growing up. And, you know, things that people sometimes think are weird. Like, I like macaroni and cheese, but I like ketchup in it. Okay, and then I also found out that it's really good even with sriracha in it. So every time, I mean, ever since I was in elementary school, I've had macaroni and cheese with a little ketchup in it. There's just something about the ketchup. It just gives it a little vinegary twang, a little acidicness to it. You know, it just gives it a better flavor. And he was telling me about this SpaghettiO surprise that his mom used to make him all the time. So I'm going to try it. He says it's great. He still eats it to this day. And he actually made the macaroni and cheese and put ketchup in it. So I am going to do his and do SpaghettiO surprise. But that's not until later. Maybe tonight sometime I might have a treat or a snack or something like that just before bed. Pretty much my camp is set up. I just want to grab a few things out of my bike, out of the saddlebags. And I'm ready to just sit back and enjoy the day. Well, I hope they don't saw all night long. That's supposed to be me sounding like that at night. Being that I'm the only one here, the daylight's not going to get any better than what it is because it's like completely overcast. But I'm the only one here now. I'm the only one in this entire park. I'm going to go exploring. I got plenty of time, got plenty of daylight, and the tunnel is right there begging me to come in. So let's go. We are going to go into the tunnel. This stuff always pisses me off whenever I see this. I don't understand why people feel they need to paint on the walls. Now, I did hear that Native Americans used to use this as a shelter for their tribes and stuff like that. The walkway is paved by like a blacktop, it looks like. I can't really tell here in the dark. But it is tall enough that I'm basically walking straight up. I don't have to bend over for the, well, maybe that right there I have to bend over a little bit for. Then it comes out to this area over here. Yeah, this is a little shorter. Yeah, that's a little short there. Wow, this is nice. Oh, wow. Wow. Check it out down there. There's actually plants growing. They look like maybe some ferns or something like that are literally growing off of the rock. So yeah, this is a big canoer and kayak destination. Just this little creek, Pine Creek, I think is what this is called. And then you come on out to this little area here. Now, I was going to say, I don't know if there's camping allowed in here, but there's a fire pit right there. So it is possible that maybe You know, if you're tent camping, just carry your tent over to this side and have yourself a wonderful night. Now let's go see what's down this little pathway. I have no idea where it goes. Usually these cracks, they don't go very deep. Maybe a foot or two in, and that's about it. Although I'm sure there's probably some animals living in there. Maybe some birds or something. Oh, check out that tree up there. Hanging on the edge there. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Tree just hanging there. These are kind of neat. They almost look like little pillars. And that almost looks like a doorway. Some triangular secret door. Oh, look at there. There's a stairway over here too. So it looks like we're going to get up on the top. Awesome. Not the best stairwell, but stairway. Needs a little work. Steps aren't in that great a shape either. I think Richland County needs to come out here and do some work on these. Of course, I'm walking around in my biker boots. So it's not the easiest thing to do is walk around in these things. All right, now, that's a fence. You don't cross the fence, that's private property over there. Unfortunately. All right, let's start walking down towards the other side. Well, here's some wood. It's dead, it's on the ground. And I'm not talking taking this big stuff. I'm talking I might take those pieces. A lot smaller, a lot more manageable and easier to carry. I'm kind of hoping that I'll find a spot where I can look down over my camp. That'd be kind of cool. Oh, big huge tree toppled over. This tree here toppling over, but it's being supported by that tree there. There seems to be a small path that goes off to the left here, so let's see. Oh, hell. You guys know I hate heights. That's probably about 60 feet down. Hey, look at over there though. There's my tent. My bike is behind the tree. Yeah. Cool, there's my tent. All right, I need to get up away from there. You know, actually, there's a lot more grass and dirt and stuff around here than I thought there would be. I almost thought it was going to just be a big rock layer. And this is the side that we came up on, or came over to. You can see, maybe you can see the picnic tables down there. And the Boardwalk Bridge. I think you can make that out down there. This is actually really quite nice up here. There's no camping up here, okay, up on the bluff. You don't camp up here. No, 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 that's a no, 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 no. But because of the stairs, you can definitely get up here and walk around. Oh, there's my campsite right down there. Got Angel down there. And my tent is set up over here. Okay, that's the gazebo right next to my campsite. I was kind of hoping that the clouds were going to clear out today and I'd be able to come up here, like right here. Look at this nice clearing here. I was hoping the clouds were going to clear out and I'd get a beautiful sunset. Doesn't look like I'm going to get it tonight though. That's a beautiful shot though, isn't it, guys? Of course, then right off the cliff and you're right down there. I'm sorry, but I get nervous when I'm like this. And there's the edge, the road below me for the park road. Highway 80 and Pine Creek. And the rest of, what is this, Rockbridge or something like that? Can't remember the name of the town now. And I was also saying that I've got the park to myself, and I do right now. But you never know, you know, things could happen. I mean, there's many hours before sunset. But I would say that if people aren't here by 7 o'clock, I'll be alone. And that's still a few hours away. Right over there, I'm coming up on the staircase to go down. So there's the staircase to go down. Don't know if I want to just yet. I want to see what's on the far side. Yeah, you can really hear those frogs. Once down this path. The regular path goes that direction, but I'm wondering what's down here. Oh, hell. I don't know about that, guys. I don't know how far it goes or anything. Yeah, sorry guys, but I'm just not going to go any farther. Everything in my brain is saying nope, 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 nope. All right, and there's the stairs again. But we're going to keep on going down this way. There's a road down here for the intersection of 80, but I don't know the name of the road. What's this? RW 1928. I have no idea who RW is. Okay, let's step over this big thing. Ow, that hurt. I knocked my knee on that little thing right there. Oh, it's like hitting your funny bone in your elbow. The house down there is actually a privately owned house. However, it kind of shares a driveway with another section of the park here. So yeah, the driveway down there goes to the house, but then it also kind of circles around over here and goes right there, and then the road is over here. Let's go down just a little bit further and I'll show you what I mean. Basically where you see the color change in the driveway, that's the end of private property, and then you can drive on this. And you can actually park on this side, on the western side of the wall. Yeah, I'm walking this path. The stuff I do for you guys. So yeah, you can see the driveway ends there. And I want to say you can camp on this side too. But I don't know. It looks like there may have been some fire pit or something right there. But again, don't know. I know that this whole area around the fence and up to that road, that's all part of the park. and I am not going any farther. There's basically no trail there anymore. So I've gone as far as I could go. Yeah, I know I'm being a pussy and I just need to shut up and do it, right? That's what everybody's yelling at me for. I don't do that. Nice park though, I like this. So I need to seriously thank my wife for telling me about this park. I have no idea how she found out about it or anything like that, but I am so glad that she did find out about it and told me about it. Sorry, trying to walk without getting tripped over by all these roots and shit everywhere. All right, made it to the staircase. I think I'd much rather go down this one than up it. I believe I counted 65 stairs from the top all the way down. So 65 from way up there, somewhere up there, and then down the thing. So, God, that looks cool up there though, doesn't it? I would love to have that house, but I'm sure it's well out of my price range. Not to mention, as soon as it goes up for sale, I'm sure the county will buy it up and make it parkland. But I'm way down at the other end. That building there is the store where you would typically get your camping reservations. But right now it's currently closed, so you just come in and make your donation at that donation box that I showed you earlier. But they do have grocery items in there. So if you need something, I mean, there's not a lot, but if you need something, they should have it. Playground equipment. Little spring horse and duck. Sand is pretty grassy though. Someone's got to come in here and de-weed. This looks like it's been used quite a bit. You know, that's fresh markings in the sand, and you spin, and it's on a tilt too. So no, I'm not holding it crooked. That's how it's tilted. And then over here, got a few more swings. I got some swings down by me as well, and then another gazebo. This would be nice for a little family gathering, huh? So I think they call it a shelter, but you can come here, rent it, and have a little family reunion or something. Yeah, I was thinking about pitching my tent down here. I don't know, there was just something about being at this close to the entryway. I just didn't like the idea. So yeah, I just passed on this. I think you could camp down here. There's a fire ring right on the other side of the picnic table there. So I'm sure you could camp down here. It's decently flat. Don't see why you couldn't. I think it's kind of neat too to be able to put your tent like right here by the opening there. And you have the plaques up there about the donation of the land from the Pier family. Then you got the troop encampment sign there. So you got some historical stuff. You got Rockbridge, that was the name of the town. So you got the history plaque for Rockbridge. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of a nice place to camp, really. I just didn't want to be this close to 80. I wanted to be down there because believe it or not, where I'm camped is a little bit farther away. All right, guys, so I've pretty much done everything I can do in this park. I've walked all the trails, which aren't many. I've walked through the tunnel, which is over there. I walked the top of the cliff all the way down to the roadway down there as far as I could go. You guys seen me do it. I came down on the stairs that are way down there. Came walking back on the along the shoreline of the creek, which is over there. And yeah, so I've pretty much done everything I can do here in the park, and it's only like 5 o'clock. Like I said, this isn't a big state park where, you know, there's just tons of acreage and there's trails everywhere. It's not that kind of thing. So I'm just literally almost bored in a way. So I planned ahead because I knew that this was going to happen. So I brought some coloring pages. I got my colored pencils here, and I'm just going to sit here and color and have some fun. Maybe over the next hour, I'll start making dinner. All right. What do you guys think? Is that pretty good? I like it. I think that's pretty awesome. All right, you know what? I'm done playing. I'm starting to get a little hungry. Let's make some dinner. For this one, I'm going to cook the potatoes, or at least heat up the water in there. I might be able to throw the potatoes in there too. I don't know yet. I need 2 cups of water. And I've got water right here. So there's my water for my potatoes. I'm going to take out my aluminum foil for a windshield. I don't want to really cover your view, so I'm going to leave that off for now. Now I'm going to put this on, something like that, and I'll move the camera to the other side so you can see what I'm setting up over here. Now for my soup, I think I'm going to cook the soup in the can instead of using the pot. But I've got something that I want to try to use. I got it in the mail maybe about a week ago or so, but I haven't done any hiking trips to where I was cooking. So I'm going to do it this time. The thing I got is this. This is a gauze heating pad that is usually used for like scientific chemicals and stuff like that. They'll put it on a Bunsen burner and then set a beaker on the top of it or something like that, just to kind of diffuse the flame so it's not a straight flame on the glass, you know, flask, whatever they're using. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put it on here, put my can of soup on it. That way that flame isn't touching the can directly. So I think it ought to work pretty good. Tear notch for easy opening. What notch? I don't see a notch. I have an automatic notch maker. So let me show you what this is doing. So as you can see the flame there. At least I hope you can see the flame there. But it's only on the gauze. It's not hitting the can directly. Oh shit. It just dawned on me. I never popped it open. Okay. Let's do that again. Technically I should probably take the paper off, but I'm not going to. Oh, and look at that. My water is already boiling for my potatoes, so I can take that off. Dump my potatoes in, and then just stir it up. Now, I've never had these type of mashed potatoes before. I mean, I've had the brand name before, but I usually use a potato flake. And this stuff is more of a powder that poured in there. It looks really good. Smells wonderful. Like I said, I just don't have a windscreen for this system being so tall. And because the element's not touching the can directly, it will heat up a lot slower too. I want to see if I can get this to just kind of hang here. Ooh, dang, those are hot. That's not too bad, actually. Gosh darn it. I was hoping that was going to work, and it's just not wanting to. I need to find a way to keep this on. Yeah, these potatoes aren't too bad. They're a roasted garlic potato. They're pretty good. Now this chunky soup, I really like this chunky soup. And it's called a sirloin burger. I've enjoyed that one since I was a little kid. Oh, look at that. Starting to bubble here, guys. So, oh, holy crap. Got a slight issue in that my heat control knob melted. So now I'm trying to figure out how I can turn this off, because I don't have anything to turn it. Damn it. All right. Ah, look at that. Well, I guess that just goes to show you gotta really pay attention to how you're putting your heat shield on. Oh well. All right, let's see. Now this was starting to bubble up pretty good. Oh yeah, that's warm. Not as hot as the potatoes, because the potatoes were actually boiling. Sorry, just had a thought. I got most of my potatoes eaten, right? Now I can stir the potatoes into my soup. Oh yeah. Now that's a chunky soup. Oh, and it's hot too. Ooh. I'm hoping you guys are hearing me okay. I got my new wireless microphone on. And I do have a dead cat for it, but I don't think the dead cat works very well for the lapel microphone. But I'm hoping that it all comes out okay. I'm hoping you're not getting too much wind noise. That's also why I clip it inside of my shirt. To that way my shirt actually helps protect it even more. At least that's my theory. That's what I'm hoping to go with. I mean, all the time that I was walking around, winds are gusting up to around 15 miles an hour, maybe a little bit more. Yeah, I'll just have to see how the sound turns out. Still can't believe that knob did that. And the wire here, that was actually done from my putting the foil around as a windbreak. So that's why the mesh all curled up. But now it's all good and ready to go for another cook. All right, I'm just going to sit here, finish off my dinner, and I don't know what I'm going to do after this. Maybe I'll go back up on top of the rocks. The clouds are starting to break apart, so I might actually get a good sunset. So yeah, I'm getting myself ready for bed here, guys. Since we're here, we might as well talk a little bit. I had a friend over this past weekend, he looked at me. We went to high school together. And he looked at me. He's like, who was your worst teacher? Who did you hate the most? I had to think about this for a little bit, and the worst teacher I had was Mrs. Ford. She was an English teacher, and it was almost like she didn't want me to pass her class. Most of the time during class, I'm not paying attention. I don't care. English to me was almost like a complete waste of time. But when it got down to the end of the quarter, end of the semester, whatever it was, I really focus on it, and then I do enough to where I can pass the class. Okay, I'm talking pass with a C minus, or sometimes even a little lower, maybe a D plus. So I've really got to do my best on like the last 1 or 2 projects for that quarter of that semester in order to pass the class. This particular time, we were supposed to do a 10-minute oral report. Okay, you have to study something, make a speech on it, and give it in front of the class, and it's got to be at least 10 minutes long. So I ended up picking the history of our hometown of Clinton, and I was going to talk about all the businesses that are in the main strip. I mean, main strip, it's like 1 block long of businesses, okay? There was a couple of hardware stores, a drugstore, a 5 and dime, a bank, just stuff like that, a grocery store. And so what I did is I researched those buildings, and I wanted to talk about them, and I actually thought I came up with a really good speech on the history of my hometown of Clinton. And it was getting towards the end of the day, and we were going, I think it was in alphabetical order, so that I knew that I was going to follow so-and-so. My name was after theirs. And sure enough, they get up, they're doing their speech, and I'm looking at the clock, and I'm sitting there thinking, 5 minutes has gone by, and I think they actually went over because there was a little critiquing afterwards and stuff like that. And Mrs. Ford looks at me and goes, "Okay, go up and give your report." And then I look at her and go, "I don't have time to give the whole report. There's only a couple of minutes left in class, and I'm not going to be able to finish it." She's like, "Well, you go up there and you start, and then you can finish it tomorrow." All right, so I get up there and I start talking, and I'm giving my report, and a couple of minutes later the bell rings. So I got to go to my next class, so I stop, gather up all my stuff, and I leave, and I come back the next day, and I'm waiting for her to say, "Okay, Mark, go up there and finish your report." She never did. She just called the next kid to start giving their report. It's like, well, what's going on? I don't understand this. But, apparently I'm not giving my full report. And when I got my report card, when I got the grade, not the report card, but the grade for that project, she gave me an incomplete. I worked my ass off to make sure that I did a good job with this one, and she didn't let me finish it and gave me an incomplete. Now, how rotten is that? And that wasn't the only incident with that teacher, okay? That was just one of the big ones. I ended up actually going to our student counselor and told him some of the stuff that's been going on with Mrs. Ford, that, she's doing things to basically make this even harder for me. Because she was. It wasn't just that instance, it was others. And he actually told me that he had gotten the similar complaints from other students. So I wasn't the only one. He got me out of that class, but unfortunately all the other classes that I could have gotten into were all full. There was no room for me, except for the slow learning, I think they were called AD classes, like attention deficit classes. And man, I tell you, I felt like an idiot having to go into these classes, but it was my only choice. You know, I know I'm better than that. I don't have that type of a learning disability, but at the same time, it was actually quite kind of fun. You know, I knew some of the kids in there, and so yeah, we were just having fun. You know, and it was a smaller class, only maybe about 15 kids instead of like the 30, 40 kids that a typical class would have. So yeah, it was kind of neat. So all in all, you know, all my problems with Mrs. Ford, it actually turned out to be a good move. I'm glad I got out of there and into the AD class with some friends. So all right, so that's all I want to talk about today, and I will see you guys in the morning. Bit of a chilly morning this morning. It's not even 50 degrees. I think it's like 48, 49. But right now I'm hungry. I want some breakfast. Normally at home I sleep on my right side, but for some reason here I was more comfortable on my left. All right, I'm gonna have a Mountain House meal. It's their breakfast skillet. It says that I need to boil off 1 1/4 cups, so I think I'm right around there. There we go. So that's what it looks like when it's all dried up. And then for coffee, what I'm going to do this morning is, you know, most people will bring an instant coffee, and that's fine, but I've become kind of a coffee snob after finding my egg coffee, and that's really the only thing I like. So I actually bottled it and brought it along. All I have to do is just heat it up. All right, let's get this sealed up before I lose too much more heat. I'm just gonna shake it around just a little bit. Give it another shake. So this breakfast skillet says it has shredded potatoes, scrambled eggs with sausage, peppers, onions. Sounds like a skillet. So after that shake that I just did, I gotta wait another 4 minutes. All right, I think my eggs are just about done here. There you go. That's what it looks like, all cooked up. Oh, smells really good. Well, you know what, guys? I think my canister is running out of gas. Sorry about that, guys. My memory card on my camera went out on me just as I was finishing off making all my breakfast. But my memory cards were back here at the tent. I didn't feel like running all the way over here just to get a memory card, just so you can see the last couple of minutes of me cooking and then eating. But the skillet meal is really good. Yeah, I could still use a little bit of some sort of a hot sauce or something, but I mean, short of that, it was still a very good meal. My coffee was awesome. If you haven't tried my egg coffee, check out the video. It's really good stuff. It will definitely change the way you do your coffee and what you think it should taste like. It really will. I've cleaned up my mess from breakfast. I've thrown it all away. In fact, the green canister, I let burn for just a couple of more minutes, and that can went out. The flame, when I was heating up my coffee, was barely tall enough to actually hit the pot, even though it was turned all the way up. So I just let it, the rest of the gas just burn off, and I threw the can away, so that way I don't have to worry about that one. So I'm only down to 1 of those cans left. It'll probably take me a couple of years to burn that one out, but you know, I still have one. And then I'll get the adapter for my 1 pound propane tank, and I'll just use that from then on. I was actually thinking about staying here until lunch and do the SpaghettiO surprise. But I might just do that maybe in another park on the way home. So that's an option. All right, well, do you guys want to watch me pack up? Well, do you? All right, I'll set the camera somewhere so you guys can watch, okay? Pillows are the last thing I grab. So they go down in the bottom. Now I grab my compression sack for my bivy bag. Put it in the stuff sack, put your feet end in first. That way, as you're pressing everything in, air is let out through the head. All right, now that that's done, pull that tight. All right, now the next thing I want to do is start cinching down the sides. Do one at a time. Keep going back and forth through them. And I'd say that's good enough for now. All right, now it's time to actually start compressing. Same thing. Just start going around, doing little bits at a time. Just snug them. There we go. That's all compressed in. All right. And there's that. Now the next thing I need to do is my sleeping pad. Fold it up in about thirds. Now because that valve is open down there, I can start down here and just start working my way up. Now this is the size of my sack, the storage sack. So I want to make sure that I stay within that length there. And I'm good so far. So everything is out of the tent. I can start collapsing that down. Now, when it comes to this stuff, the fly and the tent, I really do not fold them up. I literally stuff them. I heard somewhere, and I could be wrong on this, but if you fold your tent, you tend to fold it the same way each and every time. That puts creases in the fabric of your tent, which creates spots where there's going to be leakage. So I would prefer to just stuff it in the sack and that way it's always creased differently and there's no wear spots or anything like that that could actually compromise the fabric. So I just wad it up like that and stuff it in the bag. Never use the strap of your tent. Don't sit here and grab this and pull. Just grab the stakes and pull them out. If you got them in the ground, you should be able to get them out of the ground. Okay, same thing with the tent. I don't fold it up. I just see if there's any debris, any dirt on the bottom. And if there was, I would clean it off. But just shove it in the bag. Now the tarp I will fold because it's been sitting on the ground. It is probably most definitely dirty. And what I want to do is I actually want to fold it to where all that dirt is trapped inside. So that's it. I don't do a great folding job on it, as you can tell, but it's enough to get it in the bag. All right, so now all I gotta do is my poles and my stakes. And this is what I really like about the LIB rucksack. There's a sleeve that goes all the way down through here. And that is where I put my poles, all three of them, and into this little pocket down here. And then all my stakes go behind the strap and into that same pocket. How easy is that? What, I had everything picked up in what, maybe 5-10 minutes? That's not bad. All right, time to go sit and relax. However, I want to take one more trip up and around the top because, well, it's complete daylight and I haven't done it in daylight like this. Yesterday, like I said, it was all overcast and cloudy and the colors here now are so vibrant with the morning sun. So I want to take one more pass through here. Now the roof gets a little shorter here on here, so now I gotta start ducking. There's the water pass. So when you're canoeing and kayaking, this is what you're going to go through. I think I read somewhere that the pass is 10 feet high and 20 feet wide. "60 feet up." So this crevice here, so right now we are standing on top of the river bridge. So the stream is coming out right from under us, basically. Just about, 50, 60 feet down. There's a sexy motorcycle down there. I wonder what great man owns that bike. Here's probably the best overlook off to the west. And then just down the trail a little bit is probably the best overlook out to the east. Oh crap, you know what? We never went to the far tip. I mean, we did up here, but not on the ground level. So why don't we go down, we'll walk around the shop, come in through that driveway, just to see what that other area kind of looks like, okay? Let's do that. Okay guys, here I come up on the driveway. Now, like I said, it also is a driveway for this house. But if you stay in front of the rock formations, then you can use it. That's kind of cool that you're going through this little area. This piece apparently had broken off at one time. Oh, look at that. There's a plaque here too. So yeah, that's kind of cool what that sign was talking about. The roadway here that goes between the rocks. So this roadway here between the cliff and the rock, that was the original road. That's kind of cool. But then that plaque was saying that for safety reasons, they decided to put the road over there and go around it instead of having the road go through it. The ground looks a little marshy and wet, so I don't know if I want to walk over there or not. There seems to be a higher ridge right along over there. Yeah, let's try it. That's cool. It almost looks like there was a staircase going right up there. Kind of looks like it. I don't think I can get across to the other side and go through the tunnel because the tunnel is right down over here. So yeah, that kind of looks wet and marshy, and I don't feel like walking along there either because there's no bridge to get over to the other side. Maybe someday this will get developed and you can do that, but not now. So I think I'm just going to start heading back. Maybe get more shots of the little rock, and yeah, maybe start thinking about getting on the bike and going home. All right, I'll see you back at camp. So I want to thank you all for coming along with me on this little journey. I had a lot of fun doing it. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you tell me. All right, comment, like, share, subscribe, all that stuff, and I'll know that I need to keep making videos like this. All right, this is Mark saying thanks again for watching. I will see you on the road.